Nigeria's share of gross domestic products of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, grew to 62.7% in 2022. Welcome to Business Daily. I am Yusuf Akogu. Let's take the business top stories. Glad to have you back. Quickly, we go to the stock market, of course, to give you updates of how the stock trading went yesterday on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. We will start with a snapshot of the market. Indeed, the market closed negative yesterday, of course, applying break after days of positive trading. 0.46% it ended on the down. Of course, the all share index also strong there, 65,000 basis points, well above that. Of course, the volume of trade, over 500.43 million, and of course in terms of value 7.143 billion naira, and in the deals 7,345 deals as well. So we look at the gainers. Of course, the likes of Seplat, of course, topped the gainers table yesterday. It gained over 300 naira yesterday. That is a huge number there, 10% to close at 1,693 naira 60 kobo. Of course, NCR also closed positive there. Of course, 10% in gain as well. While Cordval also closed positive at 10% to close at 66 kobo. We look at the losers on the day. Of course, we have a Unilever lost 10% yesterday to close at 15 naira 75 kobo there. Of course, Cadbury also on the losing table, and of course, Multiverse also down there in the pecking order, 9.97%, and of course, 2 naira 71 kobo. The share price closed on the day. Of course, the top trades on the day. Of course, most of them in the banking sector. UBA is there, of course, Access Bank, and of course, a Universal Insurance Company. All of them doing about 58.83 million, 55.2 million, of course, 32.7 million shares respectively. It went down there. Of course, the sector performance largely in red, of course, not surprising because of the market closing negative. So we're seeing the banking sector down 0.15%. Same with the industrial sector, 0.15%, while the consumer goods also closed negative there, 0.47%. Of course, it's only the oil and gas sector, driven largely by the performance of Seplat, that closed strong there, 8.33%. And of course, the insurance sector also closing positive, 0.96%. And of course, the NJS PLC, Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, did hold an EGM yesterday. And of course, they've announced an interim dividend of 25 kobo per share of 50 kobo each. And this money will be shared to their shareholders by the 31st of August later this year. Of course, that is part of what transpired yesterday on the floor as well. So we look at the rest of Africa. Of course, JSE in Johannesburg closed positive there, 0.63%. It went down. While NLC in Nairobi, Kenya also closed negative, 2.19%. And of course, down there in Ghana, the market closed positive, 0.36%. Indeed, the performance of stock market across Africa for Wednesday. We look at the commodity prices. Look at the commodity prices. Indeed, look at the price of palm oil in Nigeria. Look at it. Palm oil, 25 litre in Lagos is going for about 20,000 naira. Go down to Port Harcourt, it's about 24,000 naira. Of course, if you come to Ibadan in Oyo State, you can get it for 22,000 naira for 25 litres. While in Owerri, Imo State, also around 24,000 naira. But down here in Abuja is higher, 25,500, and in Benin City in Edo State around 20,000 naira. We look at the price of course, beans. Of course, if you look at 50 kg, my 12 market in Lagos is for about between 30,000, of course, and above. Close to, it depends on the quality you're buying. You can get it for between 30,000 and 36,000 naira. In Maiduguri, Borno State, same 50 kg is going for 27,000 naira. Same in Maiduguri, 100 kg is about 60,000 naira. Of course, and again, depending on the quality also you're buying, you can also get the same quality for lesser price there. We look at the rest of the commodities. Of course, still on beans. Of course, if you go to Gombe main market, it's about 36,000 naira. That is for 50 kg. While Emodu there is around 250 naira. Of course, we look at in Umuahia main market in Enugu State, it's around 35,700. While one paint rubber is there for 1,050 naira. In Ibadan, 50 kg is about 40,000. And of course, in Maiduguri, it's between 28,000 and of course 36,000 naira. 100 kg in Maiduguri is weigh around 75,000 to 90,000 naira. That's the price there in that place. And onions, of course, a very, very important commodity in Nigeria here. If you go to Bodija market in Ibadan, that is Oyo State, Southwest Nigeria, you can get a 100 kg bag for about 60,000 naira. Of course, in same onions, in Dawanu market is in Kano, you get it for 30,000 naira. While in Gboko main market, a same product is going for around 65,000 naira. Plateau main market in Jos, North Central Nigeria, is around 45,000 naira. And of course, in Igbudu market in Delta State, you can get it for 50,000 naira. My 12 market in Lagos is around 60,000, and of course, Nkwo market, Nkwo market is in Enugu State, you can get it for 45,000. And of course, in Umuahia main market is where you have to pay more because it's around 68,000 naira to get, of course, 100 kg of onions there. Interesting this development there in commodity market. The prices are not really looking so affordable, but again, this will allow you to make plans and of course spend your money wisely. So we'll take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll go into our discussion. Don't go away.
Welcome to Trust TV, where we document the Nigerian story. Our programming showcases the rich culture and diversity of Nigeria. We strive to amplify the voices that make our nation unique. Our programming is designed to take you on a journey through the different tastes of entertainment in our country. We showcase the best of Nigerian culture, from traditional craft to cutting-edge technology. Our team of expert journalists are dedicated to unveiling the intricacies of our culture and telling the untold stories that binds us all. And let's not forget the food. Nigeria has diverse and flavorful cuisines, some of the favorites to millions across the world. What is Nigeria without its people, their passions and their talent? Trust TV is not just a channel, it's a platform that brings you closer to everything that makes Nigeria great. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Glad to have you back. It's still Business Daily right here on Trust Television. And we're on our discussion segment today, we're looking at subsidy removal and, of course, the high cost of living and the planned strike by the Nigeria Labour Congress. Indeed, the federal government is begging NLC to please give it time, since it's already putting the palliative together to cushion the effect of subsidy removal on Nigeria. But still, NLC is still bent on proceeding on that strike. Next week, Tuesday, 2nd of August, that is the day they are fixed for the strike. I'm joining me in the studio, Benson Upa, is the head of information and publicity, Nigeria Labour Congress. Glad to have you on Business Daily.
My pleasure.
Yes, let's start this way. Yes. Has NLC been compromised?
With what or by who?
you tell us.
Well, Nigerians are entitled to their opinions, and but as far as I'm concerned, we have not been compromised in any way. Why would we be compromised? We have a track record of fighting for defending the interests of the weak, the poor, and the vulnerable in the country, and we intend to preserve, prosecute, and project that tradition. So we have not been compromised. Simple.
Okay, because why I say that Nigerians did expect NLC to start this strike, a long time ago. But again, there was so much negotiation between NLC and the federal government that led to the suspension of that strike. But now it seems you are not satisfied with the negotiation.
Yeah, Yusuf, let me just use this opportunity to explain something to Nigerians. It's true, when Mr. President, without adequate consultations and in violation of the Appropriation Act, unilaterally withdrew subsidy, even when it was running in the budget. We gave our notice that we were going to strike. We did. The government, in its own wisdom, said, no, come, let us talk. And we went grudgingly, and we held a conversation. And that conversation included resolutions that involved the following, and I'm going to read from this, but so that I do not miss anyone out. The first is that government and labor will have a joint committee to review the proposal for any wage increase or award, and establish a framework and timeline for implementation. Okay. The federal government and TUC and NLC to review the World Bank Finance Cash Transfer Scheme and propose
as a palliative.
Yes, and propose inclusion of low-income earners in the program. The government, TUC and NLC, to revive the CNG, that is a compressed natural gas conversion program, earlier agreed, and work out detailed implementation and timing. We also agreed that the two labor centers would work on the effective delivery of education.
Comrade.
Yes.
There was
the fixed now refinery. I'm almost done.
Okay.
And then we also said that framework for maintaining of roads and all of that. So we looked at that and we say, well, this is sufficiently comprehensive, not just for salary earners, but everybody.
Okay, Comrade, there was a meeting yesterday between the FG, the NLC, and of course the TUC with regard to the planned strike.
Yes.
The government is saying, please give us time. We are putting palliatives together for Nigerians. They are begging you to give them time.
Yes.
Why are you still bent on going on strike? Are you not satisfied with what the government is doing with regard to palliatives?
Well, let me state this. When somebody fails to honor an agreement the first time, at the second time, you be circumspect, you be suspicious of the intentions. I just read out this issue. I expect you to ask me, to what extent have this been implemented?
We'll get to that.
No. That because we've not asked that because
we'll get to that. We're starting from the most recent.
So we told government, well, you acted in bad faith. All of this on paper here, government has not done anything. In fact, what government wanted to do after we had signed all of this was to begin to act unilaterally without consultation. In fact, government frustrated meetings Okay? So, but then, it's because these items here are intended to benefit the poor and the majority of Nigerians. For members of the National Assembly and the judiciary, it did not take more than 10 minutes before they say approve 70 billion to the privileged members of the parliament, 35 billion to members of the judiciary. For the poor, the conversation has been ongoing endlessly. You understand? So we are part of the poor. We are part of the vulnerable community, even though there are some more vulnerable than us. So we say no.
But my question is this. There's already a steering committee set up by the federal government.
It wasn't working. It has not been working.
Interfacing with NLC and TUC.
No.
Interfacing with you, the leadership of the two unions.
No.
Right?
No.
And government did said, give us 8 weeks.
Yes.
When you, during your first meeting, when the subsidy was initially removed,
yes,
you threatened to go on a strike.
Yes.
Government called you for a meeting.
Yes.
And the government said, give us 8 weeks.
Yes.
We are putting the palliatives together.
Yes.
And that should have addressed almost all the things that you have highlighted here. But the 8 week has not expired.
Yusuf, this agreement was signed on the 5th of June. We have less than 10 days for the, in fact, we're already on the 8th week. So can government show one item after what I read out?
There was plan to start sending 8,000 naira cash transfer to about 12 million households. That will have, take care of about 60 million Nigerians. But some of your members rejected.
We said, rejected that. I'm going to read verbatim from here. What they planned with the World Bank before our notice of strike went out, we said we are going to review that to include low-income workers. Government started to act without obtaining from us who or the list of these low-income workers and so on and so forth. So government was doing what it wanted, and what it wanted to do was contrary to what was stated on this paper here. So, and
maybe that is why some Nigerians actually are thinking that probably the leadership of NLC has been compromised. Many of them are beginning to resort to self-help.
Well, you see, anybody who thinks that the leadership of the Congress has been compromised is entitled to their opinion. But I want to tell you that we are decent people. We have heard that from Nigerians, some Nigerians. NLC has been compromised. But we have left the country to them. None of them has been able to do anything. They're still waiting for NLC. Okay? They're still waiting for us. So that tells you that it's all part of this casual talk. Okay? The leadership of NLC has not been compromised. But I also want to point this out to you, Yusuf, that after signing this agreement, it would have been irresponsible for us now to proceed on strike. So we signed this agreement and we said, okay, give government space. And let the process begin. And government now pulled back. Not only pulled back, new prices for PMS were announced. NNPC did not take responsibility for that. Government did not take a responsibility for that. They say market forces. Show me market forces. So everybody abandoned us. So which also goes to the heart of what we're supposed to do. Item 3 here says, government TUC and NLC to revive the CNG conversion program earlier agreed with labor centers in 2020.
Comrade, with regard to the CNG program, we are so much interested in that part. But we know that the process of conversion is ongoing. Some energy companies have actually, putting that in place, and it's something that is an ongoing thing. It's not something that can be done overnight.
Who told you so? Who told you so? Who told you so?
But given what, let's look at the fallout from
who told you so?
Let's look at the fallout from the
let me tell you something, Yusuf. Let me give information here. in 2020, and I'm here with this agreement, not in 2020, item 3, page 4 of 5, item 3. Federal government will make available to organized labor 133 CNG LPG driven mass transit buses immediately and provide to the major cities across the country on a scale-up basis thereafter to all states and local governments before December.
This agreement was signed in 2020.
December 2021. Just if I'm talking, listen, if not to be able to get me. So it was supposed to do this between 2021. Government didn't do it. You do understand? What they gave to NLC, I remember, is 2 buses out of 133 that they promised to, and then this whole thing out there was buried. Okay? Had government acted faithfully,
and NLC remains silent since that.
Who told you? So this is the reason why. This is the reason NLC did not remain silent. Your question should be, what did NLC do? Because we protested. It is not every protest that we do on the street. We have various modes of protest. We write, we call meetings, and all of that. What you see on the street is the final process. That is holding conversations with megaphones. That is what you see on the street. So we didn't quite like that. We remind the government, said, if you don't, this is what's going to happen. Okay? And the new president came and did what he had to do without preparation. That you should not be, that none of these flew from items 1 to 7.
Comrade,
in 8 weeks that none of these flew should tell you that government was not prepared.
Comrade, because of time. But and the NLC is aware, or was aware, that there was no provision for subsidy beyond June in the budget, in the 2023 budget.
Ask your question.
NLC was aware.
No. No. You are not asking me a question. If you are going to ask me a question, was NLC aware that there was no provision for this? And I'm going to answer you.
Exactly. That's the question I'm asking.
No. But if you make a statement of fact, I'll contest that.
Okay. Was NLC aware? Were you carried along? Were you told that there was no provision for subsidy in the 2023 appropriation bill?
NLC told government subsidy must run. Transparent subsidy must run, but deal with the criminal content of subsidy. And let me explain to you what I mean by criminal content of subsidy. The criminal content of subsidy is when a few privileged individuals are given privileged conditions or contracts, bring in this, do this, and they overestimate and they over-invoice, under-deliver, put extra part charges, ex-coastal, in-coastal. At the end of the day, what they ask the country to pay is 4 to 20 times higher than what they are supposed to get. And I have a video clip here to show to you Dr. Ngozi Iweala's personal example. When she said that they tried to fight this
because of time.
No. You have to create time for this interview.
We have about 2 or 3 minutes to go, and I want you to speak.
So the issue is that what we've been asking for is that deal with the criminal content of subsidy. If you deal with it, the burden, if you call it a burden, is light. Because every country subsidizes. At the moment, the US commits 10 billion to subsidy. This same PMS.
Indeed. Now, comrade,
yes,
you have air your grievances.
Germany, UK, all of them do subsidy.
Yes, we understand.
Sure.
You have air your grievances, all right? But now, at this point, government is in a way negotiating from the weak position. They are saying, they are begging NLC, please hold on. We are putting palliative together. We don't want to make mistakes like the past government made. Why can't you shift your sword?
Not make mistakes.
Why can't you shift your sword and allow government to roll out the palliatives?
Faulty information, Yusuf. When IBB did mass transit across the country. When Abacha did his own, Abacha brought PTF. All of them, they did something because there was adequate preparation. But this government, so self-assured, so confident, was not prepared. Yet In fact, even when subsidy was still running, he said it's gone forever. The government acted in a very cavalier manner. And yet it was not prepared.
But now they know they've made mistake, and now they are appealing to
you. Are you speaking for them?
I'm not speaking for them.
Oh, so how do you know?
I'm not speaking for them. I'm doing my job as a journalist.
We have not seen any sign of remorse.
Comrade, the meeting continues today.
No, tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow, Friday.
Yes, tomorrow.
Now, what are the likelihood that we may change your mind with regard to the strike?
I cannot preempt anything. Our communique.
Because I saw your president came out from the meeting yesterday, all smiling. The president, the NLC president.
Were you expecting him to cry? And a man who comes out of a meeting smiling, you should be careful, because you never can tell. In fact, like Shakespeare says, that there is no art to read the construction of the heart on the face, something like that. Okay, so that he came out smiling didn't mean that there was an agreement, and he spoke. Did he say that there was an agreement not to go on strike?
No, he did say that the meeting continues.
If you listen to him carefully, he spoke beyond that the meting continues.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't start, saying everything that you said right here. What I'm saying is, let me tell you,
comrade,
we have to go now.
Finally,
in 30 seconds.
Yes.
Will the strike likely going to be put on hold, given the ongoing negotiation?
If the terms and conditions which are contained in the communique are met, why not? But if they are not met, consider it a fait accompli. But it's quite easy. Innocent is there. Innocent has over 300 buses even already fitted. Okay, and has a capacity.
Okay, comrade.
And that he will create jobs.
Absolutely.
You understand? And there are other entities that can come and join and create a chain effect. If I somebody to give loan to assist those who want to convert their cars.
I'm sure government is listening to. So
what's
listening to
doing?
what you're saying, and of course will take their decision that as it will favor Nigeria.
Some government didn't take them 20 minutes to approve 70 billion, 35 billion but for the ordinary Nigerians, it's taking a lifetime.
Comrade Benson Opa, Head of Information and Publicity, NLC. I must thank you for your time on Business Daily. So passionate there. I must thank you for your time on Business Daily. With that is a wrap on the show today. Join us tomorrow for more. I am Yusuf Akogu.